I'm working on this driftwood project. So what I've done is I split the driftwood in two, sanded the bottom off here so it sits flat. I sanded a groove in the center here, and I've drilled a couple of holes, and I've got Q-tips in them. And now what I'm going to do is get ready to epoxy coat it, but I'm going to make an incense holder out of this. So everything should be, pretty cool looking when I get done. So we're getting ready to mix up some epoxy. I got a few dents inside here that I'm going to actually color code the epoxy. So I'm going to use like a blue or red epoxy and put that on, then I'll sand that down, and then I'll use a clear coat epoxy over the top of that, and then we'll see how this comes out. So here we go. Alright, so here's our epoxy. Got some little gloves here. Got some mixing cups. So I'm going to mix this up 1 to 1. So this is our resin. That doesn't seem to be a viable way of doing that. So we're just going to do it this way. Resin. And this is our hardener. Here. Yeah, that's a nice looking blue. You think a little darker? A few more drops in there. Yeah, that's a nice dark blue right there. May darken up a little bit more once I add the hardener to it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So we'll smear this all over. Hopefully that'll be enough. And our hardener. That's our blue color there, and that's going to fill in the small gaps before I put the actual clear on top of it. So what I'm going to do is my glove here. I don't think you want this epoxy soaking in your skin. I have no idea if this is going to work. This is the first time I've ever done this, so let's just see how it goes. I'm just going to kind of smear this epoxy around. this will work. I don't know. Settle in for 24 hours or so. And then I'll come back and I'll sand all this back down. And hopefully that blue will work into those colors, or into those little, whatchamacallit, and stand out. Alright. So we'll just let that set up. And then we'll come back and check it. Alrighty. So here is my thingy so far for my incense holder. And you can see the blue in the center here. Now we are going to take our sander and we're going to sand this back down and take some of this out. Hopefully just leave the blue in the trace, and then we'll re-epoxy it and it should come out spectacular. Alright, so I've got that sanded down. Alright, I'm getting ready. I just washed it, so I'm getting ready to epoxy it. And I'll probably let it dry at least for a couple hours. And then I'll epoxy again, and then all that blue should pop up and stand out with the second and third epoxy coating. But anyway, that's where we're at. Incense holder coming up. Alright, so this is set for 24 hours. Woo! Now we're going to put a second coat on it. That's right. Look, Sergeant Jim. That's right. Maybe we'll put a second coat on it. Ah, there we go. My hands are blue. Heck, man. Yeah. Hopefully my camera's working, so I can't tell. So we'll put some of this in here. Dun 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 dun. Seeing how I'm not going to color this, I'm just going to mix these two together. Oh, I don't know where my, I guess I can use that. Woo! Mixy. Use this because I don't know where my little sticky went either. Guess I'm not prepared today. Alright, so we got our epoxy mixed up here. Rub this in. Like I said, this is our second coat. So real quick, do the back. Now the back's going to glob up on me a little bit, and I'll just sand that off when I'm done with it. You know, they should make this smell like cherries or something. That would be kind of cool. Cherry epoxy. I'm just going to kind of rub all this in. Make sure I get it in all the cracks and stuff. Oh, slippery. Ends. Okay. And just a little bit left over in this. I want to thicken this in. Now we'll let that dry. Hopefully it will come out looking spectacular. Alright. Guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. Oh, yucky. Alright. Well, this weekend is one of my favorite weekends. It's farm tour weekend. We can go to different farms and buy different stuff. We got some Satsuma jelly and Satsumas. And we got ourselves some sourdough bread. Woo! Then we went down to Shell Point and we got ourselves some of these big oyster shells. So we can make some stuff out of that. We got to bleach all that because it stinks kind of a little bit bad. And here is, damn, the second coat of my Driftwood, and that's looking pretty good. Hopefully I got it in the camera frame. I don't know, I may have to put another coat on it yet. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's what we've been doing all day today. See, there's a little green in there. It just kind of stands out. But anyway, yay. Okay, I don't know how well you guys can see these, but those are pine cones from my other property that I have sprayed the snow on, and I'm getting ready to put a clear coat on so I can use them for crafts on other stuff. But those are looking pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, well, there is my very first incense holder. And it's not too bad. I made, you know, driftwood and epoxy. I think it looks pretty good. So, there it is. Incense holder by Jim. Chris is giving me a thumbs up. Anyway, all right.